Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States of America goes missing, and a good majority of those are found. But for each one found, someone else goes missing. It's like a never-ending cycle. It's almost like a game that I used to play growing up. Have you ever played the game Jenga? It's a simple game. It involves stacking blocks. You or a few other participants can play this game. You simply remove blocks from the bottom and place those blocks on the top. Whoever is the last to place a block on the top before the next player makes it crash wins the game. You're gonna find out why I mentioned this game a little bit later on. But for now, let's get to the story. February 10th, 2002. The world would make way for Tatiana Sunshine Duggar. She was raised in Oroville, California, which has a population of around 20,000 people. In history, the Feather River was one of the top spots during the California Gold Rush, but in present day, it's known for a tragic circumstance. In the year of 2021, Tatiana would be 18 years old. She was at a stage in her life where she wanted to go to school, but she didn't know exactly what she wanted to do. January 1st, 2021. Tatiana was recently at her sister's for Christmas, but she would leave around New Year's. On that day, she would check into the Westwind Lodge in Oakland, California, along with a male accomplice, a guy who goes by the name of Marcos. Her and this guy are at this hotel, and they stay there for roughly about a week. January 7th, 2021. Tatiana would call her mother and she would remain on the phone call for about an hour. They would talk and everything seemed normal. However, after that, they don't hear from her again. The family tries to contact Tatiana, however her phone is going straight to voicemail. At first, the family isn't alarmed because she's not picking up, but she is out of town, so maybe she's just busy. Nighttime comes, and it goes. Then morning comes. They still haven't heard from her. January 8th, 2021. The 17-year-old little sister of Tatiana would receive a phone call from the gentleman Marcos. Now, in this phone call, it would detail that they attended a party together, but the gentleman says that he left around 2 a.m. and he returned to the hotel. He says he goes back shortly after to get her, but she's missing. With this newfound information, the family is now frantically trying to contact her, but still, no sign of her. No activity on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. Everything seems still at the moment. The only thing to do next is contact authorities, so that's what the family does. They asked authorities to conduct a wellness check on the hotel room that she was staying in. The police get there. Her car's in the parking lot. Her things are still in the room. Everything except her cell phone. The male that she was staying in the hotel with at this point isn't talking to family, and he isn't talking to police. Now, Tatiana actually met this gentleman through her roommates. And well, her roommates, they're not cooperating as well. So Tatiana is missing. There's no cooperation. We have a frantic family. And there's still no sign of her.
Let's just kind of start from the beginning so people can understand what's going on with your sister's story. How'd you guys realize that she was missing? What took place?
Tatiana came home on the day of Christmas and she spent about 5 days at my house. She left abruptly on January 1st and she went to Oakland with a man named Marcos. They were there for about 8 days, staying at a hotel. And as Friday night, January 8th, she went missing at about between 2 and 4 a.m.
Missing posters go up and the police begin their investigation. Now, during the investigation, it would lead them to a corner store. This corner store would be located at the corner of 21st Avenue and International Boulevard. In the early morning hours of January 9th of 2021, Tatiana Duggar would be spotted here on surveillance camera. She would come in at about 2 a.m. She would purchase a couple of things and she would leave. Nothing seemed off, nothing out of the ordinary. This would be the last footage of her alive. The family, The friends are now all on high alert and they're looking for Tatiana. Search parties are formed. Police do cooperative investigations with other counties. Everyone is chipping in to do their part to help find Tatiana, but she's still not being found. It turns into a week, and then a week turns into a month. Still no cooperation from the male that she was at the hotel with. Still no cooperation from the roommates. Just a missing Tatiana and a frantic family. The police were doing all they can to pull their weight in this investigation. However, it only leads to dead ends. With little information known about her disappearance, it's hard to track her down. All they have are cell phone records, which her cell phone is missing, never been recovered. And they have a few circumstantial details that were provided by witnesses. However, no eyewitnesses to detail what actually happened to her.
Oh. Bring Tatiana home! Bring Tatiana home! Yo! Tatiana Duggar is missing! She is from Oroville, California! Tatiana home! Tatiana home! Yo! I don't think they can hear you. Remember, this is your American right. This is your American right. Hey, you can demand this. Let's go. You tell these people. You get their attention. You scream her name. Hey, say her name now. Let's go. Bring Tatiana home. Bring Tatiana home. Tatiana Duggar is from Oroville, California. And she's everybody's family here. Am I right? Am I right? Oh, we're a family here. It takes a village. Hey, listen. We ain't gotta be blind to say this. Bring Tatiana home. Bring Tatiana home! Bring Tatiana home! This could be your daughter! This could be your family member! This could be your family member, but you know what? Some folks don't care until it happens to them. Until it happens to them. We're gonna raise some awareness. We're gonna raise some awareness. We're gonna let people know Tatiana Duggar's from Oroville, California. And bring Tatiana home! Bring Tatiana home! Say her name, y'all. Say her name. Hey, do not let them bury this. As long as each and every one of y'all hang those red ribbons up, tag all those pictures on Facebook, change your profile pic to Tatiana Duggar. Yo, folks don't like hearing this, man, because they scared. But guess what? It's time to be scared, because this shit's happening. People are getting stole. People are getting took, because this could be their daughter, their son, and we need them to know this is happening. People are coming up missing. Hey, bring Tatiana home. Tatiana Duggar is from Oroville, California. She's been missing for months.
That month comes and goes, and then a month turns into 2 months. The family is still shouting to the rooftops about their missing loved one. The city is still on high alert. However, no new information. The only sight of her at this point are the thousands of eyes who gazed upon her missing poster. Then, 2 months turns into almost 3 months, and then a turn of events. March 28th, 2021, at approximately 11:45 a.m., a hiker would be out in Siskiyou County. While this hiker was navigating the terrain, he would come across something that looked odd. But upon further inspection, he realized it was a human body. So this hiker immediately contacts the authorities. The authorities arrive on the scene. At first sight, it looks to be as if this body has been sitting here for a little while. With this being the case, it makes it extremely hard for the investigators leading the case due to natural causes, animals in the area, and other things of that nature. It left little to no crime scene, so all they can do is haul in the body for further analysis.
March 28th, 2021, remains are discovered. It is officially labeled a Jane Doe because they can't identify the body.
So they decide to cross-reference the body with missing victims surrounding the area, as well as obtaining DNA samples from those victims. Tatiana would be in that lineup. And on April 1st of 2021, an official autopsy would be conducted. And after DNA analysis, it would prove that in fact, it was the body of Tatiana. So the family is contacted and formally notified of the horrible news.
We want justice. Somebody died here, and you need to care.
Friends and family of Tatiana Duggar spoke out Thursday in Oakland. The 18-year-old was found dead in remote Siskiyou County back in March, but was last seen in Oakland. Oakland police say they're working with investigators in Butte and Siskiyou counties to find Tatiana's killer.
My sister Tatiana is the definition of sunshine. When she walked into a room, she made everything better. Her smile is contagious, and so is her laugh.
Tatiana's case is all around tragic. And just as I explained in the beginning, this situation is no different than the game Jenga. You see, there's a solid foundation in the middle of all of this because the killer hasn't been caught and it's stable right now. They murdered her, so they pulled a block and they placed that block on top. The police then were able to find her body. They pulled a block, they placed it on top. The killers evidently got away. You know, no one's in custody. They pulled a block, they placed their block on top. The police were then able to identify the body as well as finding it. And they even have a few people of interest. So they have now pulled a block and placed it on top. You see, one day, someone's gonna pull a block, and when they pull that block, everything's gonna come crashing down. It could be one of the roommates. It could be the guy himself who was in the hotel with him. It could even be the killer themselves. But that foundation won't stay strong forever. But do you want to know the worst thing about this game? This game of Jenga is completely rigged because the person, the perpetrator, you always lose in the end. What's done in the dark will eventually come to the light. Rest in peace, Tatiana Duggar. Thank you for being a light for others.